3v3 Estia Province blue team. Got Floid as a Revenant Alpha, a tunneling hero with some awesome offense and support. Begins in range combat but can get melee weapons. What is he up to? Having a good look around before he starts building his tunnel, isn't he? Alongside a couple of Orc players. First up is Aguxyz as a Commando knob, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with a twin link shooter. And round off the team here, Zevargel is a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects. There he goes. Awesome offense, support and disruption from the front lines. Freebooters DLC. Red team, Ace of Swords is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander. Lots of great manipulation and control abilities, begins in melee combat. Alongside, Adila is an Ordo Malleus brother captain, durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on powerful offense, disruption and support fights in melee combat. And rounding off the teams, Dark Riku is a Lord Commissar. Fights in melee combat, awesome offense and support, begins with a refractor field and is very happy to cap here while his poor guardsmen are ripped apart by a Warboss, but looks like he might be forced to retreat by this Sentinel. West side we have Sorcerer versus Revenant Alpha. Maybe we'll see some Icon of Tzeentch goodness. I know what you're thinking. It's yet another Estia Province game, Indrid. Well, we'll have to put up with it because half the games I get are on this map for some reason. I have to put up with it too. We have double Stormtroopers for Adila. They're nowhere near as crazy as they were in 2.6. Now do less damage. And their grenade launchers aren't as crazy. And they don't reinforce 2 at a time with their Sergeant. Strike Squad, of course, getting a lot of changes along the way. No longer start with their special attack. They now need their Nemesis Focus upgrade to get it, which changes them a hell of a lot in early engagements. Pretty slow to move away his Stormtroopers here, getting tied up by the Commando knob. Head-butted off the fight, but it looks like he's going to clean up these Orcs. There we go. Can now push through, maybe support one of the sides. Meanwhile, east side, Shooter boys with their knob leader already. There's a stomp on retreat just to do a little bit more damage. And trying to get the slug as well, but the sluggers dodged it. Well, except for that guy, you moron. And now they have to run away. Some Tzeentch worship. Straight into some Noise Marines over here, so Ace of Swords. Floyd not wanting to push at all, which is a mistake because it's going to become more difficult when the Noise Marines are around unless Floyd can get some stuff on the field. Down goes a node on his contested power. Riku wants it, now he's going to push through towards the natural, try and bog these Orcs down in defense for a little while. There's that knob leader. Lots and lots of Dakar on that guy. Warboss, flying through the air, was actually pulled by the Psychic Lash. This got its damage reduced in 2.6.1 down to 50, I think. Not exactly sure what kind of damage it does. Does it tell me here? No, I'm going to guess that it's psychic damage. Lots of Dakar on our brother captain. Lots of changes to his war gear again. I hope all of the tooltips are updated or I'm going to get very confused. I believe now Nemesis Vortex is on the Mantle of Terror and Enfeeble is now an accessory instead. I think that's right. Strat Squad in amongst these sluggers. I guess they don't have their Nemesis Focus upgrade. I did not see a plus icon there. Nemesis Focus increases their melee damage and their melee skill and of course unlocks their special attack. There's the cacophony from the Noise Marines. Oh my god, it's still around though, going after them now. Tying them up. That Sonic Blaster is a very dangerous weapon early on. They do have Coruscating Flame on them. But wow, took a hell of a lot of damage there from the Hormagaunts. Now Hormagaunts setting on these Chaos Space Marines. Need to be careful here though. Chaos Space Marines going to hold their own in melee combat with tier 1 squads. Certainly going to be finished off, I think, here by the Sorcerer. Yes, they are. Those were upgraded Hormagaunts as well. It's a blow for Floyd. Replaces them immediately. Does have a Warrior Brood up with Barb Strangler. Can slow down the Noise Marines. They do need to get into relatively close proximity before they can fire the Sonic Blast. We have double Strike Squad for Adila. Nemesis Force also unlocks their Purification, I think. I believe it's 15 power or so. Don't think we see it yet. It should give the plus icon. Don't think it shows up in the unit card though. Dark Riku with a heavy weapon squad. Where are they? They must be in the garrison because I can't select them. There they are. Stop those Orcs coming after his power. He's retained that Eastern contested power too. Red team looking pretty solid so far. have both sides locked down pretty well. Ordo Malleus doing okay in the middle, but here comes another Orc advance. Sluggers, wow, getting absolutely owned by ranged fire. Strike Squad really are strong in tier 1. Some very deserving nerfs that they got. There's that nicely timed stun bomb from the Commando knob. But the rest of his army follows in and are shooting the crap out of shooter boys. But that is a lot of Daka. Down goes the brother captain. Nicely done. Forces off the stormtroopers also. I bet he wishes he had some stick bombs right now. That was a very juicy target for a whole bunch of stick bombs to be thrown onto. Look at this. Commando knob taking out brother Strike Squad in melee combat. What's going on here? Now he runs away. His sluggers now have burners. And we see tier 2 for Adila and Dark Riku. Wouldn't have surprised me if all of these red team players went random. Especially since Adila has green Grey Knight, suggests he went random. And Aguxyz also goes random often, so we might see a lot of random players here. Worked out alright. Zevargel now goes tier 2, as does Aguxyz. Looks like Floid is going to be the last to go. Adila's already there. And Grey Knight have some pretty cool options in tier 2. I really enjoy their tier 2. Vindicator Assassin, their Dreadnoughts and the Purifiers are all pretty cool to see stomping around. And that Terminator Librarian, of course. Lots of good options, or at least fun to see options. We'll see how actually good they are. Nice Barb Strangler shot, getting the Heretics and the Sonic Blaster Noise Marines there. There is now like a 4-second delay between their Sonic Blaster hitting something and it's actually disabling the ranged weapons now, which helps with it shutting down grenade throws, which was kind of aggravating for the people trying to throw grenades, I think. Pretty easy way to shut down those throws. Now you have to shoot them for a little while before you can shut them down. Lord Commissar doing his job in the focus of the engagement and forcing off stuff in melee, and the heavy weapon squad up near Zevargel's power here needs to be dislodged somehow. He can use that burn that house thing, I guess, on the slugger boys. Sorcerer teleporting in. He's level 3. Been smacking a lot of stuff with his little sword. Backed up by some Ordo Malleus forces here. But Tyranids coming in, and Tyranids have now locked down that west side. Here comes a quick blood crusher though for Ace of Swords. Can be pretty difficult for Tyranids to deal with if it comes out early in tier 2. I guess that's the case of everyone, but they get a zone throw out before they knew the blood crusher was on the way. It's probably not going to be enough, and then they need to get Venom Brood as well. This stuff inside the Chimera? No. It was just not moving. CSM getting their aspiring champion, going to give them that slaughter ability, or whatever it's called. Here come those Noise Marines though. Noise Marines, such an awesome unit, can now push through to the power too. With some Chimera support. Maybe? Nope. Chimera's... No, it is going to help. I thought it was going middle there. Can he wipe out this power? Tank busters are in position. There's their tank buster barrage. Riku spots it, but he has to go forward to dodge it. And is now going to take some shots. But tank busters are forced off. Red team pushing through to the VP. Look at this. Sluggers with their Nob Leader. Very scary proposition for a Strike Squad to fight. Even if they did have their Nemesis Force upgrade. And I don't think these guys do. Adila going straight to tier 3 here. Nice grenade from the Stormtroopers. Chimera gets away okay. What about the brother captain? What do you have? He's going for his Nemesis Demon Hammer. Melee weapon with some really good disruption. Meanwhile, west side, it's red, and here's a Blood Crusher. Demonic vehicle unit. Benefits greatly from worship since it's a demon. Taking shots from the Zone Thrope, and now heavy melee Warrior Brood getting stuck in, doing a hell of a lot of work. Look at this. Wow, I thought it was going to be tough to deal with this thing, but it's taking tons of damage without barely doing anything. And Hormagaunts ripping apart some CSM. Maybe he needed 2 Blood Crushers to really make an impact over here. Not quite enough to finish off the CSM. Nope. Some Heretic trying to Doom Blast stuff. Sorcerer is in on a Zone Throat now. He's got very little hit points, but he's doing so much damage, and Floid has not realised, or has he? Did he get into the tunnel in time? I think it did. Yes, barely escaped there, that Zone Throat. That was so close. Did the Sorcerer get away? Yes, he teleported away. Oh no! Got tracked down and shot to death by the Raven Alpha. Doesn't have any war gear. Meanwhile, east side, Chimera continues to be a pain in the ass for Zevargel. Does have some looters, but they don't have their beamy death gun quite yet. Stick bombers are on the field too. Tank bus is still around. Might see them go towards the east side to help deal with that Chimera. There are some stormtroopers. I don't think they want to fight all this though. Getting suppressed by aiming what's that, and need to run away really fast because sluggers are bad news for them. Almost level 3 these guys. What about Zevargel's? Still level 1, but they are fully upgraded. He's in tier 3, Adila. Has enough red, I'm pretty sure, to call in paladins also. That would be a very nasty surprise for the blue team. None of them anywhere near getting tier 3. Adila did not get any tier 2 units out though. This might be a dead Chimera now. Can the tank busters get that last rear armor volley? Yes they can. Down it goes. Got caught. Commando Knob with his assassin's knife, and he does have kaboom now. Gets into melee combat and just does this big mega boom thing. Oh no. Down he goes. He level 3. What about Riku now? He's always tier 3 himself. Now he can just get double Lehman Russes and laugh. If he defends his power, that is. Wow, so much Dakar on that Lord Commissar. Look at that. Got suppressed and taken out. Really nice stun bomb too from these stick bombers. Warboss getting shot to pieces, but does get away with his big stomp. Cyborg implants stop the brother captain from finishing him off there. Also has the Blessed Aegis. They come double strike squad. They're going to try and get into melee combat. Some more stun bombs going in. Nicely landed again. We do have beamy looters now. And he did wipe out that power. Here comes the first Lehman Russ. Regardless, needs to get some power backload to get the other up in good time. And we see some more power harass on the west side thanks to some sluggers from Aguxyz. Done a good job splitting his units up right now. Has some over on his east side. There's user choppers on these slugger boys going after some paladins though. Not sure that's a great fight for them. And they are running away. Paladins then called in by Adila. These guys can no longer retreat. Which was from a few patches ago, I think. And Grey Knight Terminators can no longer retreat either, I don't think. So no more retreating Terminators. Apart from that was the Force Commander. No sign of any upgrades yet for the Paladins. I believe they can still get a wrist-mounted side cannon. I think that's still a thing. Lord Commissar, level 2 has no war gear. Might go down again here. He'll be okay. Beamy looters continue to be very sneaky over there. There we go. Shooting at nothing. Well done. Trying to shoot at the Lord Commissar, I think. Sentinel's not going to be able to get repaired through this. Down it goes. Did not even try to move it away, so maybe he was just okay with losing it. Here comes the Lehman Russ. Taking shots at stuff. Yes, they are. What are the beamy looters doing? They're getting into the garrison. They won't be able to shoot behind them. But if the Lehman Russ goes anywhere else, they're going to get some shots off. Paladins coming over to the west side along with a bunch of other Ordo Malleus stuff. Where's the brother captain himself? Here he comes. Level 4. What about the Sorcerer? He's also level 4 and capping this side. This Blood Crusher is still around too. Well done. Reverend Alpha has gone for his Acid Splatter. Power melee with a splash. It's piercing, though. The splash is piercing. Reinforced kiting and the Burrow Trap. Blastmaster, Noise Marines doing some work here. Oh, Sorcerer actually teleported in. Didn't even see him. Lost the indicator for that guy and he went down. Blood Crusher charges. Going after the zone thrope, I guess. Gonna at least force it off the field, I think. Yep, did force it off the field, but it's now taking a hell of a lot of damage from everything. Power melee and heavy melee in there. And I think it's going to go down. Yes, it does. Blastmaster, though, continuing to weigh in with those big shots. And Paladins are there. And there's that shockwave thing. That thing's pretty nuts. Did they start with that, or do they need this thing? I think they start with that ability. They now have the Liber Demonica, which gives them holy ground. But the captain in a fight with a Ravener Alpha. That wasn't a good fight for that Ravener. Lots of Daka now, but red team are continuing the pressure. Not backing off here. They should maybe back off. What else can they achieve unless they go after the power? I guess they want to kill more stuff. That's all they want to achieve. I would probably back off here and try and consolidate on that contested VP. Oh, there's the thing. What's it called? I can't even remember. Strat Squad using it though on the zone through to drain his energy. Nope, I still can't remember the name of that ability. It's very useful though. Slows you down and drains your energy. I guess they just start with that in tier 2. Oh, the Justicar gives it to them. Justicar no longer has plasma damage, so he's just doing piercing, I guess. Strat Squad can get a side cannon, of course, these days, which is handy when you have 2 Strat Squads. Warboss harassing the VP, but it is retaken. 323, 338. Some sneaky Orks over here. Commandos. And Tank Busters. Very nice Tank Buster barrage. Might be able to finish it off. Beautifully done. Really good play there by Aguxyz. Using infiltration very, very well there. And of course, getting his beamy looters out of infiltration too. Well, in fact, those were Zevargel's beamy looters, so some good interplay between the 2 Orky players there. Grenade from those stormtroopers scares off the... Another grenade. Oh, there's 2 squads there. And it's taken out by the Sorcerer. Nicely done by Ace of Swords. What's he doing over here? Dark Riku now has a Manticore. Not a whole lot he could have done about that Lehman Russ loss, unless he was just really insanely cautious with it. Great unclean one on the way for Ace of Swords. Carnifex though hitting the field for Floid. Remember his Paladins. They're just chilling out in the middle. Oh, red team gonna make a push through the middle here. Blue team have retaken the west side rather without much fuss. Zoanthrope is still going. Carnifex hits the field. What's it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Barb Strangler very popular these days for Carnifexes. 293, 332. 2-to-1 cap for blue team, but it's pretty damn close on VPs. Those shooters just all fall down and die. I think they did. Stormtroopers take them out, I think. Level 6, brother captain. Level 5 sorcerer is getting his Tome of Subjugation to control any knob squads that might hit the field. Here's one. What does Dark Riku go for here? He's got his Manticore over on the west side to help against this Tyranid army and this contested VP. Barb Strangler is on the way for the Carnifex. Awesome, awesome weapon. And of course, being able to birth out spore mines isn't bad either. There we go. There we see it. Hammering on those guards. Are they able to decap here? Barely. No, they did not. They did not, in fact, decap. Here's a great unclean one, though. And he is pretty hungry for some Tyranids. Paladin is great unclean one. He got some leveled up CSM. Do they have... Nope, no marks. Almost level 3, though. And now he sees the great unclean one and backs the hell off. Because he's alone versus 2 players, pretty much. Blue team have to do some stuff in the middle now, unless Aguxyz comes over. Looks like he might be. Looks like he might be. Commando's level 3, very nearly level 4. Has his sneaky infiltration kit. Gives us some energy buffs and that kind of thing. There's that cloud of flies. infecting all that Tyranid stuff, and it single-handedly, pretty much, the Great Clean One just marches those guys out of there. But now we might see a 2v2 fight once Floid comes back into the field with everything. Everything is in the field apart from the Ravener. Getting a lot of shots on. This Great Clean One here has 6,000 hit points though, over, of super heavy infantry armor. Not easy to focus down even in a 3v3. Really nice blast miles to hit. We might see a foul snare if he has it off cooldown to finish off one of those models there. I guess not. 293, 266. There's the that thing that flings him into combat. Where does he get that from? There, grappling hook. You kind of missed the kaboom at the end of it though. But nice idea, very, very orky. Blastmaster gonna have a really nice shot. Oh, I think it took out the knob leader. I thought it was gonna maybe even wipe the squad there with the Great and Clean One around. Leveling up the strat squad. Still don't have anything in terms of weapons. Oh, look at this though. We have some Grey Knight Terminators using their Holocaust on the Knob squad. Now can try and fight them, but there's a Warboss alongside, and there is. Use your choppers. Warboss is going to go down, but what about this Knob squad? Can they deal with them? Getting their momentum up from the hammers. Use your choppers also in play, and they are smacking around the Grey Knights, but I think it's enough with the Paladins there to force off the Orks. Knob squad holding up Paladins, Grey Knight Terminators, and some Guardsmen there, all by themselves. But they lost 2 models. It's not cheap to reinforce those guys, I don't think. Another Carnifex of Floid though. Blue team have some pretty scary looking armies. Both the Orc players have a Knob squad, and there's 2 Carnifexes on the field. Not to mention the Zoanthrope and the heroes themselves. What about Mr. Brother Captain? He's still level 7. Lord Commissar now has the Emperor's Wrath. Level 3. And he's got a Bane Blade on the way. There we go. Quite a lot of anti-vehicle around though. There's tank buses, there's commandos, there's 2 Knob squads, there's a Beamy. And of course the Commander Knob himself can get his awesome rocket launcher, but it's kicking off over on the west side here. 282, 239. Great and Clean One marching in. There's a Manticore strike. Might go after that Zoanthrope. Nope. Great and Clean One taking a lot of damage here. Not a whole lot to back him up either. Oh, look at that. Sneaky Commander Knob stole that bunker. Is the Great and Clean One going to go down here? He might get chased out and taken out. Does he have double Barb Strangler? No, he has his Venom Cannon Carnifex there. Big damage to all targets if he can hit them. Great and Clean One being chased by warrior models, but Slaughter Chaos Space Marines has something to say, but now they have to fight sluggers, which is really bad for them. Not to mention a Carnifex shooting at you. Needs to run away. This could be really bad for these guys. They're going to get wiped out yet. Knob squad subjugated. Turned onto the sluggers, which they probably would have done at some point anyway. Orcs being Orcs. Baneblade here taking a lot of damage. 258 to 235. Ace of Swords can drop a nuke, as can Riku. Adila cannot, since he called in those Paladins. Where are they? They're all at base, are they? Are the Paladins here as well? Nope, here they are. There's a Knob squad though. I've not seen them use Holy Ground yet. They must have used it. Oh, nice Emperor's Wrath from the Lord Commissar. Lost the indicator for him. But look at the march of those Carnifexes there, backed up by a Knob squads. That's pretty scary to deal with. Warboss getting a decap. Blue team looking very strong here. Very strong. Baneblade took a lot of damage. He needs like just loads more Lehman Russes, I think, Riku, and just try to look after them. Easier said than done, of course. A bunch of Kassakin could be good to help control the Knob squad with their grenade launchers, or just get a whole bunch of heavy weapon squads. Always a good way to supplement your army in tier 3. Single cap for blue team. Some flash kits now on the way for Aguxyz. Knob squad were adjusted in 2.6.1. They now no longer get quite as much health as they level up. So not quite as scary when they're level 4, but still pretty damn scary, of course. There's a double. Going to be a 2-to-1, but blue team looking pretty good. Carnifex is very far forward here. The Great Unclean One lived, I think. Yes, it did. Because here it is. Zevargel losing some units, it seems. Here and there. Lost his stick bombers. I think we saw the Sorcerer teleport in and finish those guys off. Marco's each Predator tank. Big engagement here. Can't stick around long enough to really put a lot of pressure on those. In fact, it went down. I thought they were just backing up there. Grand Clean One being shot to hell. There's just too much stuff here for the blue team. Red team can't make a dent. Cannot make a dent. Rocks set up by a stun, I think, there. Maybe it was a stun bomb going in from somewhere, no idea. 258 to 135. Here come the Grey Knights though. Paladins and Terminators in there. There's that shockwave. Gonna turn around and fight the Knob Squad, fellas. Uh-oh, Paladin's in trouble. Paladin's in trouble. Where is their teleport? Do they have it? No, they do not. Dropping models like crazy. They're gonna lose it. Gonna go down. They do go down. You get a sync kill from a knob. Awesome. Terminators, get the hell out of there. Havoc's on the way now for Ace of Swords. They need some nukes, I think. Knob Squad's just so scary. Ace of Swords getting the Havoc to try and control those guys, I think. Oh, look at this. Some suppression from the Baneblade. From its heavy bolters. 258 to 88 though. Double cap for blue team. And they are not letting up. Red team might have to do a double or even a triple push through the middle. There's that Holocaust thing again, but Terminator's taking massive amounts of damage from everything. Looted tank now on the field. Do these guys have their blasters? They do. Manticore doesn't do a whole lot. To the second Manticore, I guess. It's tough. What do you get here as an Imperial Guard player? Your tanks would be under so much threat. I mean, we saw how quickly that Marco's each Predator tank went down. Are Kassakin really going to cut it here? Am I going to take out this Carnifex? Yes, they do. 258 to 51. Red team, we're not out of this yet. Heretics very bravely capping there. This guy has 26 hit points. And there is a Marco's each nuke. Down goes the other Carnifex. Look at that. Grand Clean One needs to get out of that nuke though. I always call it a Marco's each nuke for some reason. It's just a Zinchi nuke. Did those heretics die? Oh, they did die. Replaces them to help worship his Great Unclean One. Some flash kits. Not going to do a whole lot to the tank with their blasters. Nah, running away. Good little counter push by red team there. Taking out two Carnifexes, and Floid replaces, or rather reinforces his army with a Swarm Lord. I would have just got another Carnifex, I think. More Knob Squad on the way for Aguxyz. Zevargel is still around. So they did take out Aguxyz's Knob Squad as well. So it really was a nice little counter push. Not exactly sure where that happened. Because it's crazy to try and keep track of these things. Level 7 Sorcerer getting stuck in. Done some work with his Tome of Subjugation, that's for sure. Has almost 1,000 hit points, that's not bad. Here comes a Knob Squad on the Baneblade. Lots of plasma guns to shoot them down, but there's Frenzy. Immunity damage and suppression, as well as a damage buff. Something blew up over there. Baneblade took crazy amounts of damage, but is okay. And the Knob Squad were dealt with. Is that a repair bunker? No, it's a medical bunker. Does have double guards on there to repair though. Great Clean One still lives. So happy to see that guy around. And 2-1 for red. Look at this. Nice grenades there on those sluggers. Almost finished them off. Side cannon for level 4 strat squad. But they don't want to fight blast the flash gets. There's that Swarm Lord there. Not sure how much DPS this guy does, but he attacks very, very quickly, which is generally good in sustained melee fights. 2-1-2, 49. 1-1 cap here. Brother Captain, level 9, pulling a Commando squad knob leader around with that Psychic Lash. Storm Lord now sucking the life out of everything with that Leech Essence thing. Great One happy to turn and fight him. Where are the heretics? They are running away very, very fast. No worship for you, big fella. Have some Chaos Terminators though, getting their lightning claws. That is the fight, of course, those knobs. We see 2 squads up and 2 looted tanks. Storm Lord does have vehicle armor, but power melee will do something. Grenade Terminators need to be very careful, and they're going to be stunned. No, they dodged the stun, and there's the Holocaust, allowing them to get into combat. Yes, they have that little passive close range teleport, as you saw there, and dealing with the Knob Squad well. Holocaust does make them decent to help you deal with the Knob Squad, that's for sure. Down goes the Commando Knob though, 197-27. Red team need to retake a VP very quickly. Trying to do so are the Chaos Terminators here. They took a lot of damage. Floid has lost a lot though. Swarm Lord barely survived. Has a Zone Throat and a Warrior Brood, and that is it. These guys with adrenal glands. Uh-oh. Oh, Terminators teleported out. I thought they got wiped out by something. Capping here are some Kasrikin with grenade launchers, and they do cap faster once they have their Sergeant, I believe. Taking over the cap are some Guardsmen. That is a Rocks and a big boom shot. Does the Baneblade survive it? 195-19. It does survive it. Oh, we have silencers on the Granite Terminators, or a silencer I should say. It's that area of effect. Inferno PvP damage, I think, or is it plasma, something like that. Why are these guys so quick right now? I don't know. 179-19, 2-1 cap for red. They're holding on. Great Clean One is still here. He's awesome. Meanwhile, the naturals are pretty quiet. There's a looted tanks parked here. Some death over here, that's for sure. Leveling up are the Shooter Boys, level 4. Genes to the Brood on the field for Floid. Not what you would expect, maybe, late game. In a contested VP fight, you'd expect range units. Unless they were very tanky melee units, which Gene Stealers are not. Heavy Weapon Squad on the way for Dark Riku. Does it already have one? It doesn't. Looted tank now needs to be careful. That's a Baneblade shooting on your rear armor. 150-19. Side cannon now coming in. Wow. There's a very long range shot from that Baneblade. Uh-oh. Now we have Gene Stealer Brood with Rending Talons on the rear armor. Oh no, they've been subjugated though. And that's a rocket run from Dark Riku. The second run did not hit much, but the first one knocked everything off of his Baneblade. VPs are 145-19. Here comes a Sorcerer to try and cap. Great Clean One tanking damage like crazy. Red team still very much in this. They've done an amazing job holding when there were those Knob Squads running around and those double Carnifexes. It looked really bad for them, but taking out those 2 Carnifexes in quick succession has really mashed up the blue team over on this west side. Floyd has never really recovered from that. He's got another Carnifex coming now. These Gene Stealers are dead. Yes, they are. They were subjugated and taken out. Lightning Claw Terminators now going after the Knob Squad. But that's a lot of stuff there to deal with. There's tank busters, there's a Zone Throat. there's also a Swarm Lord in there. Grand Clean One is there to help. Frenzy though up on the knobs and need to teleport away. Where did they go? Oh, they just... I think they walked to the sorcery. Yes, I did. 1-3-1-19. Blue team putting pressure on a natural with a Nob squad and a Warboss. Some good disruption though from the Kashyyykin. They have pulled their weight here. Warboss goes down. Yes, he does. Now they can retake with Kashyyykin fast capping. Decapping here the Raffin Alpha. Desperate stuff here from the red team. Need to defend this VP. He got decapped. Blue team are still on it too. Look at that leech essence from the Swarm Lord. He's actually done pretty well soaking up damage here. Better than I thought he would. And that's a melee Carnifex, is it? Yes, it is. Thornback going after that Baneblade. Need some help. But they also have a VP to deal with, which is now blue. It's a 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Look at the state of the terrain here. They're the kind of thing that really messes up your frame rate in Dawn of War 2. Down goes a Grand Clean One. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't close to the VP to heal and or kill things with the explosion of death. They stopped the VP counter at 2, the red team. Ace of Swords down to 2 units, Adila down to 3 units. You'd think the blue team can see this out here. Despite the valiant defense of the red team. But the captain's capping is put... Oh, he's got his shield up from Blessed Aegis. Which is now not as efficient as it was in 2.6.1, I believe. Red team retake it with a double cap. Look at this. Gonna get a quick triple here, I think. Assuming these guys can teleport away, they should be alright. Can they teleport away? Oh, they don't need to. Just put the Holocaust and mosey on out of there. Nicely done. There's a triple cap. This is crazy. But the captain fighting for everything he's got is level 10 with that shield. But now he's forced to retreat. And Warrior Brood are capping there. Have the red team finally run out of steam. Blue team are taking a natural and they're taking this. They only need a couple of seconds of a 2-to-1 cap. Lightning Claw Terminator is desperately trying to get in there and disrupt this capping. And there's a shockwave from the Paladins. It's a lot of stuff for the Paladins to deal with though. Even for these guys at 5,400 hit points. They can't tank everything. Oh, ton of formation. And it was going off right at the end, but the blue team did take it with a single cap. Awesome, awesome game. Didn't see as many nukes as I thought. I think we saw like 4 nukes. Level 7 Warboss with a level 6 Commando. Level 7 Ravener Alpha actually went for Crippling Talon at the end. Level 9 Sorcerer. Level 10 Brother Captain did very well. And a level 6 Lord Commissar actually had his Fist of Brockus at the end. And Bionic Eye. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.